Emily, a small business owner who had been struggling to grow her local retail store. She had a fantastic product, loyal customers, and a passion for her work. However, despite her consistent efforts in traditional advertising, flyers, posters, and word of mouth, she wasn't seeing the expected growth. Her sales remained stagnant, and she couldn't figure out why her advertising strategies weren't yielding better results. Feeling frustrated and desperate for a breakthrough, Emily stumbled upon a book that claimed to offer a new perspective on advertising, Scientific Advertising by Claude C. Hopkins. As she dove into its pages, she became captivated by the ideas presented. What stood out the most was Hopkins' assertion that advertising isn't just an art form or based on gut feeling. It's a science, something that could be understood, tested, and refined. Determined to see if these principles could help, Emily decided to give them a shot. She started applying the key concepts Hopkins discussed, and soon, the results were astounding. Her sales began to increase, her advertising efforts became more cost-effective, and she reached a broader audience. Emily's business began to thrive, and she realized that scientific advertising had fundamentally changed how she approached marketing. Through Emily's story, we'll explore the core principles of scientific advertising and how they can be applied to achieve success in any advertising campaign. 1. The science of advertising. Understanding the basics. When Emily first read Scientific Advertising, one of the first concepts that struck her was the idea that advertising is a science, not an art. According to Claude Hopkins, advertising isn't about intuition or guesswork. It's about applying systematic methods and principles that can be tested and optimized. In fact, Hopkins believed that every advertising campaign should be treated like an experiment, where different variables are tested, measured, and adjusted to achieve the best results. One of the foundational principles of scientific advertising is that the primary goal of advertising is to sell. It's not about creativity for the sake of creativity or making an impression. It's about driving sales and customer action. Hopkins argued that the effectiveness of any ad campaign should be measured by the results it produces, not by how clever or artistic the ad appears. Emily applied this principle to her business by shifting her focus from creating flashy ads to creating clear, straightforward advertisements that emphasize the benefits of her products. She began to measure her ad performance more scientifically, tracking metrics like sales and customer engagement, and using this data to adjust her future campaigns. Tip: measure the effectiveness of your ads by their ability to drive sales or customer actions, not just by their creativity. Expanded. Chapter 2. The importance of headlines. Capturing attention. In the competitive world of advertising, catching the attention of your target audience is the first and most crucial step. Without it, all your efforts in crafting the perfect message will go unnoticed. This principle, as outlined by Hopkins in Scientific Advertising, resonated deeply with Emily, who was struggling to create effective ads for her furniture store. Hopkins emphasized that the headline is the single most important part of an advertisement, because it is the first thing a potential customer sees. If the headline doesn't capture attention, the rest of the ad will have little impact. Hopkins recommended that headlines should be clear, direct, and benefit-oriented. A well-crafted headline doesn't just inform, it sparks curiosity, addresses the reader's needs, and promises value. Emily quickly understood that vague or generic headlines like "best products in town" wouldn't cut it. Instead, she focused on headlines that immediately conveyed the benefits her products offered, using language that appealed directly to the customer's desires. For instance, instead of simply stating affordable furniture, Emily tried, "Save money while transforming your space with our premium furniture." This new headline not only highlighted the value of her products but also spoke to the customer's desire to improve their living space while being mindful of their budget. Tips for crafting compelling headlines. 1. Focus on benefits. Your headline should clearly explain how your product or service benefits the customer. Focus on what it does for them, rather than just what it is. For example, instead of saying "high-quality sofa," try "relax in style with our comfortable, durable sofas." Explanation. People are inherently self-interested. They want to know how your offering will solve a problem or improve their life. If your headline speaks directly to their needs, you'll have a much higher chance of grabbing their attention. 2. Create curiosity. Good headlines pique curiosity and make readers want to know more. Using phrases like, "discover the secret to," or "the best kept secret in industry," can encourage potential customers to keep reading. Explanation. Humans are naturally curious. When you present an intriguing question or statement, you trigger that curiosity. It's important to strike a balance between offering information and leaving enough to spark interest without being overly vague. 3. Use strong, action-oriented words. Verbs that provoke action are essential for driving engagement. Words like transform, save, unlock, and achieve create a sense of urgency and possibility. Explanation. People respond to calls to action because they make them feel empowered to take the next step. Action-oriented language incites movement, whether it's clicking a link, signing up for a newsletter, or making a purchase. 4. Test multiple headlines. Hopkins was a big advocate for testing different versions of headlines to find which one performs the best. A/B testing allows you to measure the effectiveness of your headlines in real time, helping you refine your messaging. Explanation. What works for one audience may not work for another. By testing various headlines, you can discover which resonates most with your target market. Regular testing also provides data-driven insights that can optimize future campaigns. 5. Keep it short and direct. Headlines should be concise. Ideally, no more than 10 to 12 words. Shorter headlines are easier to read and more likely to hold the attention of a busy consumer. Explanation. In today's fast-paced world, attention spans are short. People often scan headlines rather than reading them word for word. A clear, direct headline with minimal fluff increases the chances that your message will be seen and understood at a glance. By focusing on these strategies, Emily was able to see a significant increase in engagement with her ads. She learned that a compelling headline isn't just about selling a product. It's about making a connection with the reader from the very first moment. Always remember, your headline is your first and best chance to capture attention and create a lasting impression. Chapter 3. Focus on the customer's benefits, not features. Emily's next major takeaway from scientific advertising was a shift in how she presented her products in advertisements. For a long time, she had relied on highlighting the features of her furniture, such as the materials used, the dimensions, and the technical aspects. She thought these details would convince potential buyers of the quality of her products. However, after reading Hopkins' work, Emily realized that customers care less about the specific features and more about the benefits they will experience. While features describe the product, benefits speak to the emotional desires of the consumer. Features like high-quality leather or ergonomically designed don't necessarily resonate on an emotional level with a customer. They may appreciate the information, but they are ultimately more concerned with how those features improve their lives. For example, a chair made with high-quality leather isn't just valuable because of its materials. It's valuable because it offers the ultimate comfort for hours of relaxation, a much stronger selling point. This realization led Emily to rethink her advertising approach. Rather than focusing on the specifications, she started framing her product offerings in terms of what they could do for the customer. She emphasized comfort, convenience, and the emotional fulfillment her products would provide. By focusing on how her products made customers' lives better, she began to see more engagement and sales. Tips for focusing on benefits in advertising. 1. Identify the core desire of your audience. Before writing your ad, understand what your customers truly want. Are they looking for comfort, convenience, status, or something else? Knowing their core desire allows you to frame your product's benefits in a way that directly appeals to their needs. Explanation. Customers make decisions based on emotions, not just logic. When you identify the core desires driving their purchasing decisions, you can tailor your message to show how your product fulfills those needs, creating an emotional connection. 2. Translate features into benefits. Features alone are often technical and impersonal. Instead of just listing them, ask yourself, how does this feature benefit the customer? For instance, if you sell furniture made of durable wood, don't just say made from durable oak. Instead, say, enjoy a lifetime of sturdiness and timeless style with our oak furniture. Explanation. By translating features into real-world benefits, you help the customer visualize the impact your product will have on their life. This makes your message more compelling and relatable. 3. Speak to the customer's lifestyle. When presenting benefits, make sure they align with the customer's lifestyle or aspirations. If your product helps someone achieve a more comfortable life, highlight that aspect. If it allows them to experience something new or more exciting, emphasize that as well. Explanation. People want products that fit their lifestyles or help them improve their lives. Connecting your product benefits to their aspirations, such as transform your space into a relaxing retreat, makes the product feel essential to their happiness. 4. Use emotional language. Words that evoke emotion can be more powerful than a simple description. Words like luxury, relax, dream, and freedom tap into deeper emotional triggers that influence purchasing decisions. Explanation. Emotional language creates a stronger connection between the product and the customer. By evoking positive emotions, such as relaxation or excitement, you can help the customer feel that your product is something they truly need. 5. Tell a story. People connect with stories. Instead of just listing benefits, weave them into a story. For example, instead of saying, "Our chairs are made for comfort," say, "After a long day at work, imagine sinking into the soft cushions of our chair, feeling your stress melt away as you relax in ultimate comfort." Explanation. Stories help customers visualize themselves using the product, making the benefits feel more real and attainable. A well-told story paints a vivid picture of the product's positive impact on the customer's life. By focusing on the benefits of her products, Emily moved from simply selling furniture to offering a lifestyle upgrade. Her ads became more compelling, as customers could easily see how the products would enhance their comfort and daily experience. This strategy not only increased sales, but also built stronger relationships with her customers, who felt that her products were tailored to their needs. Final tip. Always remember to focus on what your product will do for the customer, rather than just listing features. Benefits speak directly to their desires and needs, which ultimately drives purchasing decisions and brand loyalty. 4. Testing and measuring results. One of the most groundbreaking ideas that Emily took away from scientific advertising was the importance of testing and measuring every aspect of an ad campaign. Hopkins emphasized that advertising should never be based on guesswork. Instead, every element of an ad should be tested to see what works best. Emily began implementing this approach by running A/B tests on her ads. She tested different headlines, offers, and even the layout of her ads to see which combinations produce the best results. For example, she might run one ad with a limited-time discount offer and another without it. Tracking which one generated more sales, she also began measuring the long-term impact of her campaigns, tracking how customer behavior changed over time. This data-driven approach allowed Emily to refine her advertising strategy continuously, making adjustments to her campaigns based on real-world results rather than assumptions. Tip: always test different elements of your ads, headlines, offers, visuals, and measure the results to see what drives the best performance. 5. Use of samples and offers. Reducing risk for the customer. Hopkins was a firm believer in reducing the risk for customers, especially when they were trying a product for the first time. One of the strategies he recommended was offering free samples or risk-free trials to potential customers. By giving people a taste of what they were offering, businesses could remove the barriers to purchase and make it easier for customers to say yes. Emily took this advice seriously and began offering free samples of some of her products. For example, she offered a free 7-day trial of a premium furniture cleaning service for new customers who made a purchase. This approach worked wonders. Potential customers were more willing to take a chance on her products because they could test them risk-free, and they felt more confident in their decision to buy. The key takeaway from this principle is that customers are more likely to make a purchase when they feel like the risk is minimized. Whether it's through free samples, money-back guarantees, or trial periods, offering risk-free opportunities can help boost sales. Tip: offer free trials, samples, or money-back guarantees to reduce the perceived risk for customers and increase conversions. Chapter 6. Direct Response Advertising. The importance of actionable ads. As Emily continued to apply the principles from scientific advertising, she became particularly interested in one key concept: direct response advertising. Hopkins emphasized the importance of creating advertisements that don't just inform but prompt immediate action from the audience. Unlike traditional brand-building ads, which focus on long-term awareness or creating a positive image, direct response ads aim to compel the viewer to act right away. This approach resonated deeply with Emily. She realized that in a competitive market, her ads needed to do more than just showcase her products. They needed to drive results, whether it was to make a purchase, sign up for a newsletter, or request more information. She needed her audience to take immediate action. The idea of creating actionable ads was a game changer for her business strategy. In her previous ads, Emily had mainly presented her products in a passive manner, leaving it up to the potential customers to decide whether to engage further. But after studying Hopkins' advice, Emily began making her calls to action crystal clear. She added compelling messages such as, "Order today for 20% off your first purchase," or "Call now for a free consultation," to make it easier for her audience to take the next step. These actionable phrases encouraged immediate responses and made it easier for customers to convert, whether they were looking to make a purchase or simply learn more about the products. Tips for direct response advertising. 1. Create a clear and compelling call to action, CTA. Every advertisement should include a straightforward and actionable CTA. Make it clear what the audience should do next, whether it's calling a phone number, signing up for a service, or making a purchase. Explanation. A CTA eliminates any ambiguity and directs the customer to take action. The simpler and more direct the CTA, the more likely it is that the customer will follow through. 2. Offer a sense of urgency. Encourage immediate action by including phrases that create urgency, such as limited time offer or only a few spots left. This motivates potential customers to act quickly rather than put off their decision. Explanation. When people feel like they might miss out, they're more likely to act. Offering a time-sensitive deal pushes them to make a decision right away, rather than procrastinate. 3. Make the next step easy. Simplify the process for customers to take the next step. Whether it's making a purchase or requesting more information, provide clear instructions and make the process as frictionless as possible. Explanation. The easier it is for a customer to take action, the higher the likelihood that they will. For instance, providing an easy-to-click link, clear phone numbers, or even a simple online checkout can significantly boost conversions. 4. Test and refine your CTAs. Not all calls to action will resonate equally with your audience. Experiment with different wording and placement to see what generates the best response. For example, try variations of CTAs like, "Get started today" versus, "Don't miss out, shop now." Explanation. Regularly testing CTAs allows you to understand what appeals most to your audience. Over time, refining these elements can help increase the effectiveness of your ads and boost overall results. 5. Highlight benefits with a sense of reward. Frame the call to action around what the customer will gain. For instance, claim your 20% discount now highlights the reward, while shop now for a better experience emphasizes the benefit. Explanation. People are more likely to take action if they see the clear benefit of doing so. Make sure your CTA emphasizes how the customer will benefit from acting now. By incorporating these direct response advertising techniques, Emily noticed a significant improvement in the effectiveness of her ads. The clear calls to action and sense of urgency helped drive customer engagement and led to more conversions. This strategy, focused on measurable results rather than just brand awareness, became a core part of her advertising strategy. Final tip. Always ensure your ads are designed to encourage immediate action. Clear calls to action, urgency, simplicity, and customer-centered rewards will guide your audience to take the next step, driving both conversions and business growth. 7. Building trust through testimonials. In her journey with advertising, Emily also learned the importance of trust. Consumers are more likely to buy from a brand they trust, and one of the most effective ways to build trust is by using testimonials. Hopkins was a big advocate for using customer testimonials in advertising, as they served as social proof and reassured potential buyers that others had already benefited from the product. Emily began incorporating testimonials from her satisfied customers into her ads. She used quotes, before and after pictures, and even video testimonials to show how her products had improved the lives of her customers. This added credibility to her marketing messages and helped potential customers feel more confident in making a purchase. Tip: use testimonials from satisfied customers to build trust and credibility. Social proof is a powerful tool in convincing others to buy. Conclusion: the power of scientific advertising. Through her experience, Emily discovered that advertising, when approached scientifically, can lead to dramatic improvements in business outcomes. By focusing on the science of advertising, testing, measuring, and refining her campaigns, she was able to unlock the true potential of her marketing efforts. Scientific advertising taught her that success in advertising isn't about creativity or flashy visuals. It's about understanding human behavior, offering value to customers, and using data to make informed decisions. Emily's journey is a testament to the power of Claude Hopkins,